Definitely leave
So
it at
okay, back what I was saying, like they walking up the alleyway, but like I'm like starting to finish keeping my trailer up. So I'm right at the tail of my trailer, and I like get down from like the inside of my trailer, and I all of a sudden I hear like 7 or 8 gunshots, just like bah bah
Damn.
bah bah bah. I'm like, hey yo! So nigga, I left the broom out there. I left the dustpan. I left all the shit it was in it. I left all that shit, and I ran back to my truck and locked my truck. I was like, yeah, they got that.
Oh, man.
But I was like the weirdest shit I've encountered, like as a truck driver. Though. I mean, I've seen like lot lizards, but like nobody, like nothing approached me. That wasn't the weird.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, honestly, I would have did the same thing because I know they don't let y'all carry like some heavy kind of protection.
no, I wish I could because you know I have a firearm, but like I wouldn't want to keep it just because. Um, I won't say the shit I get into, but just like that'll be my scapegoat rather than me trying to like talk and like trying to resolve some shit. I just want to pull that motherfucker out.
Wait, so you
Cause
got
like
you're allowed to have firearm as a
hell
child?
no,
No.
no, we can't even have knives and like shit over like 6 inches long.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
So
it's
you got it
because
defensive, so you get robbed.
well, yeah, they tell us to if we do get robbed, just let them have whatever they want because like obviously they can't take all the shit out the trailer.
Of course.
And then like all that shit is insured. So if something does happen, they'll get their money back. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm shipping a bunch of like I remember I had a bunch of Nike shit, like clothes and hoodies and like shorts and shit. And like my boss literally told me if something happens, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Insurance will cover it. Don't even try to like fight nobody or do nothing crazy. Just let them have it. I was like, all right. Like, and that
Yeah,
shit
I
was
would
like obviously Nike, so that's a you know what I'm saying. He
It's
told
kind
me
of like
don't even worry
that's
about
a
it.
good topic and shit too. A lot of shit going down ever since, the world kind of get back to normal ever since shit get vaccinated and everything. But it's getting back to normal to the bad shit we was used to, mass shootings and shit. So like right now, everyone talking about gun laws and I feel like I don't know because they're talking about taking people's ARs and shit and everything. Which I feel like, if you own a gun legally, you do have, it's your right. It's a Second Amendment and everything to protect yourself. And I feel like, people should still have the ARs and stuff. I just feel like the government got to do something to like, it has to be harder to get, weapons. Like they got to be secure that you're a mentally stable person. Of course, accidents are gonna happen, but these mass shootings should not be happening a lot.
honestly, I feel like people might disagree with this opinion, but I feel like if they're gonna take away if they're gonna make the gun law so strict that no one can carry weapons, then everybody might as well just put their weapons up at that point, police officers included. Because I feel like if you hand somebody a gun with that much power, and they already have a high position of power as being a police officer, like shit is just gonna get even worse than it already is. Honestly, like, it's gonna get worse.
And my whole thing about it is, to me, I think handguns are cool, but I feel like if you, okay, so ARs and stuff like that, like long range weapons, I feel like if you do want to, or if you buy one, I feel like you should either like I don't know how they would do it, like lock the ammo up or something. But then it's just like, what's the point of having it? I don't know, like how they would use that.
I mean, you could try to restrict it and all. Like shit, here in Cali, you could have an AR, but you can only have a 10-round mag. Really, that's our limit. Yeah, like Cali's gun laws are so strict, you could barely use them. Still self defense. Like, you know what our law here is? Like when we can actually shoot a firearm.
What?
The way it works is they gotta actually they can step on your property. You still not allowed to shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
They have to actually break into your house, and they have to actually show like some sort of lethal force, like they actually want to kill you for you to shoot them. Like your life has to be in danger for you to shoot
I feel like
on
your house, your life is already in danger.
Yeah, like the only way you can shoot somebody really is if they break into your house. That's it.
Okay, or I think maybe like if somebody wants to buy an AR, obviously if you like, you can't just go out and buy an AR like a brand new one. You have to like get approved through a gun range and they have to like look at it and shit like that. I think the gun range should just keep it. And if you want to come shoot it, yeah, come on down to the gun range. We'll have it here. You can buy your ammo if you want to shoot, and then you just leave it back with us, and then you go home. Like have it where like the gun range or somebody there will like keep it like a storage and have the ARs. And if you want to like come to shoot your AR, it's here for you, man. We're open whenever you want to come in and shoot it. You know what I'm saying? But just willingly have people like walking around with their ARs is.
My thing is, I feel like people are not gonna give up ARs, bro.
Yeah, I know it.
We all know this.
Yeah,
there's gotta be better gun control, like in every city. I feel like maybe we have to go to the point where we gotta check everybody for weapons now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might have to get to that point where, like, at every mall, every Target, every store, gotta be checked for weapons. Right. You gotta start.
Yeah, before you go in there.
Or metal. You basically kind of make metal detectors like a thing everywhere. I think that might be something that's gonna happen.
Or like have like a security, like, okay, metal detectors are cool, but like motherfuckers don't really care if there's no like guard there to like watch. You know what I'm saying? Because if the metal detector go off, you can just walk past and shit like whatever.
Start shooting, yeah.
But
so
just like,
at least it keeps them from being in an area with a lot of people, like a populated area. You know what I'm saying? Because like the main focus is for us to stop mass shooting. Like
but then they're just like every place is going to have to be like protected and guarded by the police, and
you can't protect.
Yeah. You can't.
I mean now. The way it works now is that, you know, every huge area has already got fucking security at malls and shit.
Yeah, it has security, but they're not armed police. Like my Walmart here in Milwaukee has a guy that literally just drives around the parking lot in a pickup truck.
Oh yeah, every Walmart, I'm pretty sure they got security that's not armed.
Yeah, but it's like he's not armed, so he has to like call the police and wait for backup.
I feel like
that's every Walmart.
Some people like really shouldn't be armed. Because, you know, they're very paranoid, so somebody might make a mistake and shoot somebody.
I also think it should be a like mental evaluation test, like how you have to take a mental test to join the army or some shit. Like
it should be a lot harder. That's 100%.
Are you gonna do a mental evaluation on like a security guard? Like that takes a while.
Like, I feel like it should be the way you could do a mental evaluation. It should be a written. It should be a written thing you should do. Probably like a personal interview as well. You know what I'm saying?
I think you should go see a shrink. Like, I think they should have a shrink that, like, we're not a shrink.
That's why I say interview, because, you know, if you interview somebody, you can really tell what type of person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But instead of just listening or reading shit they wrote on a piece of paper,
I feel like it should be. Oh, yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Nah, because like, you know, people has always lied on like applications and like stuff you can like write down or type up. So I feel like if they actually do like actual sit down with somebody. And not like a 20-minute, come in and say hi. I mean like a 2-3 hour, like, let's talk. Like, why do you feel like you should buy AR? What do you need it for? Like, ask them about the gun. Not just ask them like, didn't ask them about their life, but like also ask them like, why you want the AR? Like, what is the AR for? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can't give you a good enough answer why they want an assault rifle, that's what AR means, assault rifle. Why should they be able to purchase? We should say, no, you're not mentally stable to purchase this firearm, and they can not purchase one until they get a green light on their mental evaluation form or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I feel like that. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like it should be some kind of structure to it. Like if you want to get like a pistol, you should just take a normal test for that. But if you want to get like AR, you should take some advanced tests with like mental evaluations, all this shit. Like your life has to actually be in danger to want to carry something that big.
You know what I did to get my pistol? Walked in and paid for it. That's literally what I did. I walked in, like I was like, everything is on sale. Everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm moving shop, so I don't want to take a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna sell everything and then move to a different store. I was like, oh, how much is this pistol? He said $2 something. I was like, I'll take it. I bought it. He took my license. Wrote my name stuff down in a bunch of forms, had me sign some stuff and write my address and phone number and stuff in some stuff.
It's too easy.
Called the number, huh?
Yeah, it's too easy now.
Yeah, he called the number and said, all right, y'all good. I was like, all right.
Yeah. It's the same thing with my dad, bro. My dad basically got himself a Glock or whatever. The same thing. It was that easy.
Yep. I was like, that's it. He was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't got to wait a week, 2-3 days. He was like, nope, you're good. She said you're all good, you're good. I was like, oh. Yeah. I figured it was way more harder to get a gun, but I guess Just walk in and buy one. Like I literally walked in the door, not expecting to buy guns, just looking to see what they had, and left with a gun.
Yeah, I used to because I told you I've been in a Escape from Tarkov for me for like years, right? So I ran a huge clan on Tarkov. It was probably like 200, 300 people plus.
Damn.
And it was huge because I was running that shit with some old ass dude, but like they all respected me. I was like 16 at the time. But there was this dude that was like 20 years old, and he would go to them gun like they be having like gun festivals or whatever like at convention centers and shit. I forget what it's called. It's not a gun festival. It's like
a trade show type of shit.
It's like people. It's like a gun show. Like people sell their guns there like with no licensing or whatever. Like this man showed me he had rifles like AKs and all this shit, vintage guns and and they all work like literally he had automatics from these gun shows and shit.
Where was he from?
Shit, I think he was from Texas. That's a crazy thing.
That's like down south, the gun laws aren't like as bad as it is up there where you're at. Like
that's because if it's like a popular city, like a major city, like New York and Cali are the two worst for like anything. So like I know in New York you can't even have a gun. Like you get instantly locked up for having one. It don't matter if it's legal or not. You can't go and buy, like, there's no gun range. You can't go out and buy a gun. Like, you get locked the fuck up in New York for even having it.
Yeah. It's just.
I got a buddy from New York. He was like, yeah, that's why motherfuckers over here just get stabbed up. It's because it's hard as hell to get a gun. Look, if you do get a gun,
the main thing is, like, some shit gotta change. Like, this shit happens too much. Like, my parents. Like they didn't have to go through this issue with me, but they basically, thank God, because there was a shooting at like a high school like next to my house, and thankfully, when we saw before COVID and everything, you saw the amount of shootings and shit. We put my little brother in homeschool because my brother always been in public school and everything, but like this shit was happening too much. The moment that shit happened in my city, like I think it was last year or 2 years ago, it was scary. Once that shit happens right next to you, it's like, it's like you don't even want. We had to take my little brother out because like this shit it's too common now. It's too common. It's like I'm afraid for my own kid. I don't know if I want to put my kid in public school. It's like like you never know, bro.
I remember the story I saw out here, like one of these middle schools I used to go to. Like I saw on the news, like one of the kids took a gun to that school. And having to be a BB gun, and I was like, "What the fuck is these niggas thinking? Even bringing that shit?"
Like even the fact that it's a BB gun.
So, what's the earliest shooting, like mass shooting, you guys remember? Besides, like what the Columbine or whatever the hell it was.
What are you talking about? Like the ones that been on the news and shit.
Yeah, like what's the oldest one you can remember?
Probably Sandy Hook.
Yeah, Sandy Hook. That was probably the most.
That was the one that started. I feel like that's the one that kind of like for some reason. There's a lot more shootings right after that.
How about this one? I don't know if this one happened before that or not. The one that happened in that movie theater at that Batman.
Yeah, that happened before. Yeah,
that happened before. Yeah. True. That was someone dressing up as Joker. That's crazy.
I feel like that was just like a movie theater, so nobody knew
that was some psychotic ass dude.
Yeah, nobody knew they was gonna start this shit.
Because people always go to like movie debuts in theaters and they dress up. That's a common thing. If you like movie theaters that pop in, like people like to dress up in those debuts. But for someone to actually do that, that's fucked.
Yeah, that made me scared to go to a fucking movie theater.
Yeah. No,
movie theater, you just pop up.
Nigga, bro, because like all the movie theaters got that one door that's next to the fucking screen. And the whole time I was in the movie after that shit, I was looking at that door to see if that bitch opened.
Yeah, bro. Because all nobody got to do is literally just stand in front and just spray. Like, you can't.
Yeah, just spray up the. Yeah, that shit is not it.
Yeah, that's not, bro.
It's like.
I'm surprised they didn't make security like better after that happened. It was still like shit.
It was still ass. I don't think we even had security in my movie theater.
My movie theater got like one dude for real.
Yeah, I don't think there was even. I think the one dude we had was like a rent-a-cop type dude. He wasn't even like a real cop.
Yeah, one old head with a pistol. That man.
Yeah.
I'm afraid he got good at.
y'all think because everything that happens, I feel like this shit happens, but they don't take precautions to stop it. Like,
Yeah,
it,
it's
Okay, so
go ahead.
I think as far as like places, especially since COVID has started, like you know what I'm saying, everybody's getting back to normal. I don't know. I just feel like people have a hard time to adjust. So like a lot of situations was probably like, oh, the security guard or somebody that work here ain't here. Like a lot of places you go to around here, there are security guards. That's just because motherfuckers like to fight and break shit and throw shit. So there's a
Yeah.
security guard there to like make sure that doesn't happen. Like there's a security guard around here at a Family Dollar. What the fuck? Like there's
Yeah.
really
If you're in a bad area, most of the
yeah,
security guards in every like business.
yeah. I don't know if he's armed. I haven't really paid attention, but he literally is just standing at the front, watching people go in and out.
Yeah.
Like, but nigga, that's Family Dollar, bro. Like, what?
Yeah,
it's
but
funny how
you kind of
dollar.
need that for like you know if you live in the ghetto and shit like
Uh,
you kind of need that because people are robbing and everything, crackheads,
yeah,
mostly the crackheads. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Mostly
You
crackheads,
gotta
but
get
like
them out.
motherfuckers do be fighting and shit in there. So it's just like,
Yeah,
uh,
that's why like shit. If you go to like any fast food restaurant, like in the ghetto, you see them. They got the glass windows like in the at the cash register. Like that shit's all glassed up or bulletproof glass. I don't know if you like you've been into a Jack in the Box or whatever. Like they gotta slide you the food and shit.
I don't know where
yeah,
y'all grew up,
yeah.
and where I grew up in the hood, we ain't had no fucking restaurants. The only thing we had was like this little Mexican store behind us where we go buy these sugary donuts. The only thing we had. We ain't had no kind
Well,
of.
in LA,
No,
like South Central LA, they got like Burger Kings a lot. They got a
bro.
lot of Burger Kings.
If you go to the Popeyes by my house in the drive-through,
Yeah.
there's literally like a big ass revolving door. So like you will put your credit card in the bottom, she'll spin the whole door around, use your credit card, leave and put your credit card back when she's done swiping it, put your food in the thing and spin this thing back around. It's like a big ass like oven like revolving door type. It's weird. Because I guess motherfuckers be jumping in the window or try to rob them and shit.
Mhm.
Like even like convenience stores here, just glass, just full like glass windows.
I mean that's good, bro. Cause bro, you already got it. Already sucks working a fucking like minimum wage job. You don't want to go to your job and just get robbed.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I feel that shit. But like
Yeah.
some places I go to, there aren't any windows. Like I was just in Ohio, and the counter I can reach over and if I wanted to grab, you know what I'm saying, a shorty by her shirt, like you know what I'm saying, like I could reach out, like. But here, nah, bro, you ain't reaching. You hit all glass, buddy,
Mhm.
and that's like every gas station, corner store, all that shit. Like there's one, the shit is so high, like you literally have to like reach to like put your card up there, and
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying, and then like they'll charge you, and then they put your card back, and you have to reach up to like get it back again because it's not like eye level, it's like high. So I guess motherfuckers can't just try to like jump up in there and do no shit.
it's
Yeah.
crazy how like some of the corner stores here that I've been to and like in the hood and shit here, they don't have that shit. They just like fuck it. It's just completely old school, like cameras. They don't got none of that. So if you just get robbed,
Yeah,
you getting robbed. To be honest, like that's just really unless it's
Jesus.
like downtown where there's like more protection because there's a lot of officers, like citizens and shit like that.
No,
So nobody won't really try anything.
all the corner stores they got like we're like I used to live in like South Central LA. They got all glass, but that shit's
Mhm.
all bulletproof glass.
Because they keep getting fucking robbed,
Yeah.
bro. Like I knew it was bad when I went back home to Mississippi, and we have one liquor store in our town, and that bitch got glass on the windows. I was
Shit,
like, damn,
where I live now, all the corner stores they all open. I'm like, shit, I could give the man a handshake if I want to. I was like,
damn,
bro,
money good, money good.
nah, I'm just
I
saying.
knew I knew it was bad when I was like, I remember at my old job when I was working one night. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, bro, and I just started hearing gunshots by the corner store. That's like right, like a couple steps down the block. I was just like, what the fuck? Because it's in the downtown area. I'm like,
Man.
these niggas just getting this bold to shoot
Bro, what's the
downtown.
ghettoest shit you ever seen? Like,
I seen a car get set on fire.
car get set on fire?
Yeah, so I was in my grandmother's house, and me and her were just like, I was standing by the door, and she was on sitting on her couch. We were just talking, and I was just like, "Why I hear like people yelling?" So she has like this little bitty window like up high in her living room, and I just kind of like stand on my tippy toes and look out the window, and all I saw was like a 10-foot flame. I'm like, is that a car on fire? She like, where? We open the front door and go outside. It's like 2 or 3 girls walking up the street, and like they turn around laughing and shit. I look to the left. There's a blue car, and this bitch is just on fire. I was like, oh, okay. So I think she called the fire. You know what I'm saying? And then they came and put that shit out.
Nobody just did they ever find out how the car got set on fire?
I,
Magically just.
I think
That shit usually, bro. That shit happens like here when that shit happen all the time when the Lakers won the championship with Kobe. They was flipping in cars in downtown LA and just
Oh yeah.
they was doing that shit in LA like when they didn't do it when LeBron won, but they did it every time Kobe and Shaq won. Like when they won their titles, even my dad told me they would just flip cars, buses, and everything and turn shit on fire because they were celebrating. It's a bad way to celebrate. I don't know why they did it like that. But
yeah. Imagine trying to explain that to your insurance. Yeah, somebody flipped my car over and set it on fire.
Yeah, so you know Kobe and Shaq gang yesterday. Niggas just came over and flipped my car and burned that bitch out of celebration.
I
yeah,
forgot.
That actually happened.
There was a rapper's Lambo that got crashed into. I forgot. There was a rapper this week. I forgot which rapper it was.
The Game? Was it The Game?
No, I don't think it was.
I haven't been on social media, so I didn't see.
Who was that? Yeah, I saw that. It got T-Bone. 50 Cent or somebody.
Yeah, it was someone. It was someone for but the person that T-boned the Lambo had a Prius. You know how much the insurance gonna be? Your Prius hit a Lambo. You gonna tell the person? You gonna tell the insurance company? Hey, yo, I hit a Lambo. They're not even gonna help you.
If I hit a Lambo on my Prius, nigga, I'm changing my name and moving to Cuba.
They're gonna be like, go to jail, man.
Like, yeah, for real, nigga. Just take the time. Like, no, bro. I can't pay that shit.
Them payments gonna be a fucking. That's gonna be the price of the Lambo. I swear to God.
For real.
God,
if you're that bad at driving, you shouldn't even just be on the fucking road.
It was Kevin Gates Lambo.
Oh, it's Kevin Gates.
No, Kevin Gates.
Yeah, Kevin Gates is from here too. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, it's Kevin Gates Lambo that got hit. She T-boned that shit in the Prius.
That's crazy too, because Kevin Gates he's a cool nigga. That's crazy. Yeah, he's not Joe.
I don't know. I saw a video that he was in. This man had a feather in his head.
Honestly,
I was like, what is he doing?
If I'm a celebrity and I got an expensive ass car and someone crashed into me, I'm low key kind of feel bad because I already know what they're about to go through, and I'm like,
they finna get punished.
I'm gonna help them out. I feel like I gotta help them out.
I'm not gonna help them out, motherfucker. You crash into me.
I mean, they crash into you, but I mean, it depends how they are. Because honestly, if they a dickhead about after crashing into you,
okay, so
yeah.
The night of my cousin's bachelor party, because he was getting married the next weekend. So we all planned out this bachelor party weekend for him. So we went to a strip club. It was all right. Then we tried to go to another strip club. They was closed. So then we ended up going to a third strip club, and that shit was lit. But like as we was leaving that strip club, my uncle was parked on the end of the cars. I was parked towards the middle. Yeah. So he was like, yo, make sure I get to my car before you pull off. Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. And he was like, I'll pull up beside you guys. And you know what I'm saying? That's how you know that I'm good to go. I'm like, all right, bet. So me and my cousin who bachelor party was, we sitting in my Jeep. And all of a sudden a car go by. Then my uncle's car just flies past. And I'm looking, I'm like, damn, is his headlight out? Because it looked like half of his tail light was like just went out. So then all of a sudden he kind of like swerves his car really bad or like really hard and like runs into this other car. I'm like, what the fuck? What is happening? So I like kind of pull up and pull off. As we getting closer to the car, I noticed the back of his car is smashed. I'm like, what the fuck? What just happened? So then I kind of like parked behind his car. He like had this car like blocked in like in the front of it. So then he got out the car. He said, man, this motherfucker just hit me. He just hit me. And I'm like, bro, what? It was literally like 30 seconds from when he said, I'm going to pull up beside y'all when I'm ready to go. And when that shit happened. So then like we all standing out there. And he's like, hey nephew, get that thing. I'm like, hell no, you're not finna shoot nobody with my gun, motherfucker. Hell no. I ain't getting nothing. He's like, no, this motherfucker wanna hit my car and try to leave. Fuck that. So then my uncle had their car like pinned in, kinda.
Yeah.
So they like drive up on the curb and go like around my uncle's car and come at him like they're finna hit him. At that point, I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you hit him, I gotta, you know what I mean? So then they like kind of turn around in the street and like come back the other way. But I guess their car was so fucked up, they run across the street and get up on the curb and hit the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? So then they both, it was a son and a dad. The son was driving. They both get out the car and just run away. And then my uncle was talking. He was like, yeah, when they hit me, they said, oh, my bad. I dropped my blunt. Like, at first, it sounded like they were sorry about that shit. But then when they tried to run, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Y'all gonna run now? So then the ambulance came, the police came. They got the story from everybody. They ended up taking him to the hospital because the car hit the back of the car so hard, he got like whiplash. Like he went in the seat. Like he said, his car wasn't running, his car wasn't on. He literally just sat in it and got hit. He said if he was standing out there next to the car, he would have got like pinched in between because they like hit the back of his car and like kind of side swiped on the driver's side. So he said he would have been like pinned up against his car and that car that went past. Yeah. So
wait, did they? Y'all are at a club, right?
Yeah, at a strip club. But the strip club didn't have cameras that reach down the street. The strip club cameras look at the front door and like 10 feet on both sides. He was like 30 feet to the right.
Yeah, that's what
he was like right out the camera. The only thing that the camera saw was the car racing past, and then my uncle raced past behind her. That's literally all the camera saw.
Speaking of
I would have been pissed too.
Speaking of strip clubs, how do y'all feel about strip clubs?
That's fine.
I feel like strip clubs is fine. There's nothing. There's not a problem.
Y'all been there? Been to one?
No, I've never been to one.
I've been to two.
You got some stories?
I got a story about another guy who supposedly he got a stripper's number and Instagram. But me and all the old heads was like, my nigga, she is playing the fuck out of you. Cause like he gave her some money to come dance. But then she charged him for a private dance. Guess what she did? Instead of dancing like on him, she just sat in his lap. What? And they were just talking. Yes, he paid for a private dance. Yeah.
He paid for a conversation.
She just sat in his lap and they talked. Apparently she was tired, so she wanted to take a break. He paid for the dance.
So bro still paid.
But like, okay, but he paid for like 2 songs, but she was there for like 8 songs. You know what I'm saying? But like all they was doing was just chatting. She wasn't shaking no ass. She didn't pull her titties out or nothing. She was literally just sitting in his lap and he was on his phone, like following her on Instagram and getting her number.
Did I ever tell y'all about my story?
Nah.
Man, my shit. I think was I 21? Nah, I was 18. Yeah, I turned 18. Right. I never been to like a strip club. This is like my first time. I was visiting Texas for the first time ever. Right. Yeah. So my cousin, she took me to a strip club. She's like, oh, all the strip clubs are like 18 plus. You just can't drink. So I went to the strip club. Right, first time Texas. Sheesh, man, bad Cuban, thick as hell, titties, ass, everything, right? I'm over here, I got like $200. That's all I got in my pocket, right? And so I'm over I'm with my cousin-in-law, basically my cousin's fiance or whatever. So like he's telling me, yo, just stay with me, bro. Don't be going nowhere or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just stay with me, right? And so he telling me all this, right? That Cuban chick come over. She like, I barely like made eye contact with her, talked with her. She just grabbed my hand and I followed. Like I don't know. I was like under a spell, or whatever. We going upstairs, elevator. I'm like, what the fuck am I? And she was like, you want to dance? And I was like, yeah, sure, I want to dance. She took me all the way upstairs, private dance, whatever, right? And right, she like doing or whatever. And I'm like, yo, how much is this? She's like $40 a song. I'm like, all right, bet. Shit, I forgot. I didn't mention an important part to the story. This is my first time trying daiquiris. I don't know if you know what daiquiris are. They're basically like fucking shots, like in a fucking icy. So I probably had. Oh yeah, it was a gallon. So in Texas they sell gallon daiquiris. I never even heard about. So I'm in the strip club fucked up, right? So she's telling me it's $40 a song. I'm trying to count the songs in my head and everything. You know what I'm saying? She's all over me. I'm just saying. I'm a big dude. For some reason, she lifted up my shirt. I don't know why. She like it licked my titty, and it was kind of weird. It was kind of weird. I wasn't into it, but it was whatever. She was bad as fuck. She had a fat ass.
I was into it. She was bad as fuck.
No, I wasn't into it. Like I don't even like my titties being licked. But like that's not even the part of the question. I was trying to count the songs, right? No, I don't know why she licked on it. It was weird. Anyways, it's not even the important part of the question of the story. So she like riding and everything. She like touching touching my shit. She rubbing on my shit. I'm farted. I'm bricked up. And then she's just like riding my shit. Yeah, she basically riding my shit and everything, and I'm like, I'm still trying to count the songs, but you know what I'm saying, I'm fucking
you lost in the sauce.
And then I'm like, how many songs has it been? And she's like, oh, you got money, right? And I'm like, yeah, I got money, but how much money? Like, how long has it been? And I'm like bricked up to the point where I'm like, yo, we gotta keep this shit going. But then I'm like, shit, I don't even got bread. So she told me, I asked her like how much it is right now. Bitch tells me it's $400.
Oh my god, you danced 10 songs?
Yeah, bro, I swear I counted like 4, right? I swear I counted 4 in my head. And like she's talking to me in Spanish too. Like that shit hurt me. She was calling me Poppy or whatever and all this shit in my ear. Like that shit hurt. I was lost, bro. So I lost count.
She hooked you, bro.
Yeah. So I was already in heat or whatever shit. I was about to bust in my pants. Anyways, yeah. So I did not have that money. I didn't have that money at all.
Who in the payment?
I was at ATM. I took my $200 out and I asked my cousin's fiance that I barely met, right, and everything. It was like, hey man, can you hook me up or whatever? Because security guard was already behind my ass. So a big ass dude, probably like 6'5", muscle as fuck, behind me already, breathing heavy as shit.
Yeah,
because she called his ass over.
Need that 400, little bro.
Yeah. And one of the realest shit that man did, he actually lended me the money. I paid him back in 15 days after I went back into LA. I owe that man so much. Like that, he's a real one for that. Because not a lot of people, when you just meet them, is gonna lend you that money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off a mistake you made. Like that's why I always tell my cousins like that's a good ass dude. That's a great dude. I always tell them that. But yeah, that's my story. I got finessed and I got her number that was fake. She gave me a fake number. I got hurt. That's why I remembered. Yeah, because it was a day before New Year's, and she gave me her number because I guess she thought I had money. I was like, nah, I don't have money.
She thought you was a baller.
Yeah, she thought I was a baller, bro. That shit hurt.
Man, you find out they'll be going to the strip club with Cubans on and shit, rollies on and shit.
Hell no. I learned my lesson ever since then, bro. Every time I go to strip club now, I just get the cheap ass dance right, like in public. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need for real. Because they be doing the same shit anyways in private.
Yeah. Can we pause real quick?
Yeah.
Ghoul is dead, and I don't know where he's at.